Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook. And we've got Kelly with us today. Of course, Kelly, how are you doing today? I know you said it's been kind of a morning, so
I know, but you know what?
Starting the day, but
I guess it's a good thing about having like an office, right? Because you can kind of reset things a little bit. Nothing was really terrible. It's just like it was hectic. It was kind of, a lot of things to do. And yeah. So a little off the schedule a little bit, but yeah, you're here, you're resetting it, and you're
change your environment.
That's it. Change your environment.
Yeah.
There's a reason why offices matter. Assuming it's a good office with a good environment, right? But yeah, totally.
Okay. So change the environment. We're gonna make it reset, make it a great day. And today we have kind of talking about offices. This could absolutely play into it and kind of the vibes, but we are going to be talking about why some agents stay on a particular team and why some agents leave a particular team. And Kelly, you, throughout your career, you have been on teams and you've started your own team, right? So you kind of have a little bit of both sides of the coin, what it's like to be on an agent on a team and what it's like to work with agents on a team that you're leading. So a little bit of insight here, and let's get into it. I mean, we know that choosing a team is important for your goals, your style, all of that. But once you've chosen a team, what's kind of the defining factor between whether you stay there or you go somewhere else?
Good setup. Absolutely. Yeah. Retention's a big thing, guys. Obviously there's recruiting. And then there's retention, right? The two big R's. You want them to be able to obviously create their own path, forge their own path. And I think that the biggest, I'm going to give you a 3-step on this, a three-prong answer. There are 3 reasons why I think people leave a team and they do not retain and stay on that team. And number 1 is going to be personal branding. Okay. Going to be personal branding. Number 2 is going to be something to achieve, a goal to continue to achieve, the ability to do something more meaningful than maybe just close deals. Okay. Something to strive for, a career path. Okay. So number 1, personal branding. Number 2, a career path, let's call it. And number 3, fairness in compensation is my third. I think, I made this comment a long time ago. I should make this a quote, right? But I think that the more to have the best compensation models require a lot of complexity. The more complex your compensation model is, the better it's going to be for your people. Now, well, that sounds like a headache, Kelly, from a accounting standpoint. Yeah, it could be a little bit, right? But it doesn't have to be. And I can share some thoughts on that. But let's start with number 1. Personal branding. Okay. Recently, we just hired somebody, and the number 1 reason that person came to us actually organically through a referral was because they were on a team that did not allow any type of personal branding. Now, with you have a brokerage, they have their branding. You have a team, the team has their branding, and that doesn't mean the team branding just goes completely out the window. But I do think there are rungs or levels to be had that you can put out there for an agent to try to achieve, in which if they achieve a certain level of whatever it is, they get a lot more leeway on this. We even have it to the point where if they achieve a certain level within our organization, the team logo doesn't have to be on anything. And really, the only people who know this person is even associated with Cook & Associates are the people within the 4 walls of our office. That's it. And so I think there's a goal, because I think some people do strive to have their own team, to be like the team lead. And if that's the case, how can you forge a path to be able to allow them the opportunity? They might not do it, they might not stay, they might not choose, but to try to stay with you if they're a good person and they want to have that opportunity. So personal branding, allow them to have that and maybe give them more and more with that as time goes on. But for us, we allow a lot of personal branding. There's only a few things that we require. And if you're brand new, of course, you got to have the team logo on there, right? And team branding as well. But you can still have your own logo and your own slogan as well, right? And you see people do that. Number two, career path. These things all kind of work off each other, but I think people want to know that they can strive to something a little bit more than maybe just what they have. And I don't care what industry you're in, that's just human nature. I don't care what you're doing. Like if you're a school teacher and you're teaching, the first grade, maybe you desire to go up to sixth grade at some point and be the top of or the fifth grade, right? Top of the elementary, same with high school, freshman to senior. Maybe college professor. Look at football coaches. A lot of them start out maybe at high school, maybe, or maybe small college. But if they're at a small college, typically they're not going to stay there if they're really good. Typically, they're going to try to go to a bigger college, Division I, and then eventually maybe the NFL, pro sports. That you see us all the time in coaching and whatnot. And of course, the athletes too. They want to try to graduate and go to the majors, right? So this is not
be a motivator.
Yeah, it's a motivator. This is not uncommon. So why do we not do that in our real estate business for our people? Give them something so we have that path as well. So they can also do leadership. It doesn't have to be just like, hey, you get a better situation financially or whatever, right? Or more perks, but it also could be from a leadership standpoint. They get a chance to lead others on the team without having to go create their own ecosystem. Okay. And then number 3 is going to be fairness in compensation. And I think this is a big one. And the easiest thing to do here is to create this is simply have a different structure for compensation between a team lead and a self-generated lead by the agent from their own SOI, their mom, their friend from the gym, whatever it is, right? That's the easiest thing to do. It should not 12, 10, 15, 20 years ago, this is not the case. It was like everything's 50-50. That was the model. And since then things have obviously changed. So I think that's the easiest thing to do is give someone we always say that like this. The more work we do as a team, the better the split's going to be for the team. The more work you do for yourself, the better the split's going to be for yourself. But then they get that pushback. Well, Kelly, doesn't that mean you're going to be encouraging someone to go out there and be working with their sphere and maybe ignoring team leads? And the first part, absolutely, we want that. Now we don't want them ignoring team leads, but you have to have a mechanism for that. If you see they're doing that, then just shut them off. Have a conversation, right? Have a conversation.
Yeah.
But you can just shut them off and go to other agents on the team and give them those opportunities that they might find more valuable. But you can absolutely do both as an agent on a team. You should. We want, as a team lead, we want somebody to take our leads, work them, close them, paid out at that certain structure, but then use those people to turn them into your sphere of influence, to turn them into your database. Guys, I say all the time, people, new agents, I tell them, and they go, really? So I can get a bunch of team leads, work them, convert them, make some money. And then, at some point in the future, years down the road, I want to leave, let's say, I get a chance to take those leads with me and as part of my database. And for us, the answer is 100% absolutely yes.
Mm-hmm. You built the relationship. Yeah.
We're going to reward you for doing what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Build. Now, when you have that list you want to submit of those team leads, no matter how long it is, when that time comes, and you don't have any documentation to back up the fact that you actually kept in contact with them and built a relationship.
Have a relationship with them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like maybe it's a secret shopper call, or we don't do that very often, but we have in the past, or when we download somebody. But if you have notes in the database, notes in the CRM, that's all. And we pick out 3 or 4 out of the list, however long it is. Notes, relationship. Yep, take them with you. Because number 1, you earned it. And number 2, we want to give you that career path. And number 3, why would I want to spend my time chasing somebody who likes Susie Q? Right? There's an abundance mindset. The ocean is very vast, right? There's plenty more out there to go and find. So anyways, those are the 3 things that I think I would highly encourage a team lead to do to keep the retention as high as possible for their team.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting too, because like you kind of said, they all really do feed off of each other in some way, right? Like it's hard to have one of those things without the others. And I think that sometimes people will leave because one of those things is missing, right? But if you have all three of those things and they are satisfied in the compensation model, the personal branding, their career path, there is no reason for them to leave. Like there's literally no other reason really if they're satisfied with all of those things and if you give them the opportunity for all of those things. And like you said, they all do kind of play off of each other. I know we think compensation bottom line is the most important thing, the splits, but it's really not. There are plenty of people who maybe are have a really favorable split, but they're missing those other two key aspects. They are still there is still more out there that
Yep.
they want to be satisfied with, and that's we think that, but it's not true what you said. And I like how the splits was the last of those three things because those other two are really important as
All
well.
purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Kelly, if anybody has any questions about, how they can lead a team and set it up this way so that they have that retention and something to recruit too. Don't forget about that retention, but also a reason to go out and recruit because you do need to have both of those two things. You can't really rely on one or the other. Where can they reach you and have these conversations?
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, guys, at Kelly Cook Homes. I check it all the time. It should be a follow, and let's connect.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye, Kelly.
See you, Elizabeth.